Welcome and thank you so much for joining me today. So we are going to be proving the quadratic formula. Now to do that, we need to create the formula, and we are going to start with our normal quadratic equation, ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So to start off, I would like to get a away from x, because our aim is to get x by itself, because the quadratic formula finds our x values. So that means I'm going to divide everything by a. So if I divide everything by a, it leaves me with x squared plus bx over a plus c over a equals 0. Because we all know 0 divided by a is just 0. Next thing that we need to do is we need to think about doing complete the square. Complete the square. So if we're completing the square, we need to think about two numbers that are going to be adding up to this amount. So to do that, I'm just going to rewrite it. So x squared plus bx plus divided by a. Just remember, when we do this, you need to be thinking about I'm halving that. So and if I'm adding something, so here I'm adding b divided by 2a, because that's half that. I'm going to be minusing it as well. Now the reason why I squared it is because c is two numbers that those two numbers that we picked that are add up to this is also being times to equal c. And using letters, so it's easier this way. And I'm just going to finish by adding c plus c divided by a equals 0. So I've completed the square. The next step that I need to do is using my knowledge of factorizing. So I've got this here. So because I know that it's that we've completed the square, this just turns into brackets x plus b over 2a squared. Now I'm just going to put in the rest of my information that I have, which is minus b over 2a squared plus c divided by a. So now I would like to expand some of this. So this square, that means, think about our index law rules. When it's got a square on the outside of a bracket and inside we've got a fraction, that means the top is squared and the bottom is squared. So I'm going to rewrite that and solve that. X plus b over 2a squared minus b squared. And everything on the bottom is being squared. So 2 squared is 4. A squared plus c over a. Now we need to simplify this, and at the moment our denominators are not the same. So what do I need to times the bottom by to get it to be the same? I need to times it by 4a. So I times them both, the top and the bottom, by 4a. And we'll rewrite it. So that gives us x plus b divided by 2a squared minus b squared divided by 4a squared plus 4ac over 4a squared. If we understand our rules of addition of fractions, when the denominators are the same, we can just add them together and have one denominator. So now we'll rewrite that over here. It is a long process, but it's really about understanding where the rule comes from. So we have x plus b over 2a squared minus b squared plus 4ac divided by 4a squared. Starting to look like the quadratic rule now. And that equals 0. First thing I'm going to now is I'm going to get this takeaway going. So I'm going to take this to the other side. So let's have a go at rewriting it. We have x plus b divided by 2a squared equals, it's a positive on this side now, so b squared plus 4ac divided by 4a squared. Slowly getting there. Now the next thing I look at is we've got this on this side that is squared. And I really want to get that squared gone. So to get that squared gone, I'm just going to square root both sides. So if I square root this side, I'll change colour. So if I square root this side, they cancel out. Equal sign is whatever we do to one side, we must do to the other side. So I'm going to square root this side. So let's rewrite that. So they cancel out, so that leaves me with x plus b over 2a equals the square root of b squared plus 4ac over 4a squared. Almost there. Okay, now the next part of this is we want to get x by itself. So to get x by itself, I'm going to take this, take b divided by 2a to the other side. So that means we're taking it away. So x is by itself. X equals, so we're doing take away, so negative b over 2a plus the square root of b squared plus 4ac divided by 4a squared. Sort of looking familiar now? So the next thing that we can do is when we've got the whole thing square root, that just means the top is square root and the bottom is square root. So let's have a go at doing that. So I'm going to break it down a bit further and go negative b over 2a plus the square root of b squared plus 4ac divided by the square root of 4a squared. Now we're almost close. So I just want you to think about when we're timesing, that just means the square root of 4 and the square root of a squared. So the squared and the square root cancel out, and the square root of 4 is 2. So let's finish that off and rewrite it. I'll change colour so it's easier to see on here. X equals negative b over 2a plus the square root of b squared plus 4ac divided by square root of 4 is 2. Square root of a squared is a. Now, because they are they've both got 2a as a denominator, we can just add the numerators together, and then we have got our formula. So our formula is x equals negative b plus the square root of b squared plus 4ac divide the whole thing by 2a. And there you have it. This is our quadratic formula. And this is all of our working out to be able to get the proof. I really hope that helps you understand a bit more about how to get the formula. It really comes down to knowing all of your skills with complete the square, understanding your index law rules, and just using our algebra to help us get to this point. I really hope that helps you out. If you need any extra help, feel free to message me and I'll get back to you with another video.